So here's what finally got me clean off dailymail.co.uk. They started doing political coverage. Big mistake. Because all their political coverage is like, woke congressman, parentheses, bitch, wants healthcare for pores, question mark? And I'm like, no, I got to get off this. And I finally did. I kicked the habit. Okay. Then I hear they're calling my friend Lindy West and I say, oh, then no, this is a problem.
Yeah.
Because there's not one article I've read on the dailymail.co.uk that improved my life in any way whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, here's what's so funny. The internet has decided that I'm being held prisoner.
In 5, 4, 3. Welcome to Wayne's World.
I'm Garth.
A joke I've already used 50 times.
Okay, but we can agree that you're Wayne and I'm Garth, right?
Yeah, and I don't think it's just a brunette blonde thing. I think
no.
I think it boils down to vibes.
I think we
absolutely
know about the vibes.
Welcome to Text Me Back podcast. I'm Megan Hatcher-Mays. I'm trying to choose which camera I should look in, but instead I should pretend there are no cameras. As Wayne once said, we all know there is no film in this camera. And then he opens it up and rolls of film come out. But you know, they don't do it like that anymore.
I think when we talked about Wayne's World last time, we got approximately 50 comments that said, nah, I've never seen that. So I'm glad you're bringing it to the...
Well, girls, you got to give the people what they want, which is for me to not talk about Wayne's World, but I have oppositional defiance disorder, so we are talking about it.
We're here in Washington, D.C.
Ever heard of it?
Ever heard of it?
Also, if you're watching this visually, I'm sure you're thinking, wow, what a professional podcast studio that you must have paid literally millions of dollars to rent for the day. Wrong. This is my friend Diana's house. She's a professional video woman.
And so we said, can we book your house for 3 hours?
She said, yes.
Yeah.
And all we have to do is pay her in pizza after.
And then call one big cauliflower, she said.
And one enormous cauliflower.
We got here and it is like a podcast studio.
It looks so
it's got
look
all
how
the
nice
stuff.
it looks.
Look how nice it looks.
Opposite up from us is an exposed brick wall.
Yeah. Well, also to your right.
And that's brick too.
So
anyways, just another plug to watch these on YouTube where you can see how beautiful we look.
Yeah. And here's why we did this. I feel like at some point we were like, how do we be more popular?
Still working on it.
How do we make the videos go to the people? And then we were like, do the videos need to be more beautiful?
Should they be good?
Should the videos be good is what we started asking ourselves. And so then we were like, what if we did an experiment where we got ourselves to the same city and then we went to a room with equipment
together
and lights together. So now this is our third episode that we've taped live in the same room.
Yeah, it's so weird. It is kind of weird to do this live, I must say. I know I already said that, but
it's weird. But we get in the groove after a minute.
Yeah, just if you're like, God, this episode really sucks, give me like 30 seconds, dude. It's about to be hilarious.
Literally.
Anyway, we're going to start the show now. We're going to stop talking about Wayne's World. Guess who also is here? Frickin' producer Allie. She brought her mobile rig.
That's right.
On the train. It was such a thrill to pick her up. She had it in a hard case. And I was like, oh my God, I'm picking up a damn professional. It was so exciting.
Is that the soundboard from Electric Ladyland?
Is that the soundboard? Also, I don't know if you can hear the dulcet tones, but a new bombshell has entered the villa. A new dog shell has entered the villa. Her name is Nyx. She was sitting right here, and it was so cute, like perfectly framed in this shot, by the way. And then she got sick of podcast and she left. But we're hoping she pulls a Kevin and makes herself known later in the episode. So yet another plug to watch. It's a cliffhanger because
you're gonna have to watch it all the way through.
Happen. Yeah. So stay tuned for more. But on today's show, what are we going to do? We're going to talk about New York City, baby.
It's called Tidings.
It's called Tidings, folks. We're going to talk about what it's been like in the van.
Yep. I have a surprise microsegment.
You have a surprise microsegment. I have to look at my phone because I
I
immediately
think we're going to do a normal news, or is
I
that?
think that might be the next episode.
Well, Allie,
So
cut
stay
that out.
tuned. Stay tuned for next week. What I have on my phone is just tidings.
No, but you
for
said
1
you were
hour.
going to talk about Song Sung Blue.
Yeah, but that's
What's
part
your
of my tidings. Now you've ruined it. Now the cliffhanger's hung to dry.
Also, you know what I ruined? A perfect moment for me to turn to camera and go, and I looked at the wrong camera. I'm not used to being on camera talent. I'm used to doing this audially.
I'm not used to being on crapra talent. Okay.
I also have a surprise micro segment.
Let's start the episode over.
Welcome to Text Me Back Frogcast.
Womp womp. No, okay, we're just gonna do tidings. I think it's gonna be 45 minutes of
surprise
tidings.
micro segment.
Don't we usually do? We're gonna talk about tidings, but first, you're not letting me do my professional radio guy persona.
Sorry.
It all falls apart when we get in person together. The facade drops.
No, it all falls together.
And then they pull back the curtain, and it's just some man back there, and that man is Text Me Back podcast. Anyways, but first, Lindy's surprise micro segment. I don't know what it is, and I don't like it.
No, it's really short.
Okay.
It's truly micro. But I just had a realization, about my glasses.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Comparing them to Where's Waldo
Oh, Jesus Christ.
is out. Okay? Comparing my glasses to Where's Waldo?
Where's my camera? Where's my camera?
Comparing my glasses to Where's Waldo is out. Comparing my glasses to Minion is out.
Oh.
New glasses comparison. Comparing Lindy's glasses to Pet Boy on the left
Oh my God.
is in.
Update your trend forecasts.
Lindy
okay?
is Pet Boy on the left.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay, I don't know if you can see.
Can you see?
I see him. Now, what are you
which
going to
Pet
do?
Boy are you?
What are you going to do about the mustache?
I'm
I mean,
working on it.
I'm obviously the guy in the middle. Very strong jaw. Handsome. Just like me.
I guess that means producer Allie is Pet Boy on the right.
Yeah. Round. Circle.
Oh, dog thoughts. Was that in this episode?
Could be. Who knows? Who knows what's going on in Text Me Back podcast?
In conclusion, that's Lindy's surprise micro segment. Don't call me Where's Waldo and don't call me a minion.
Call me Pet Boy on the left.
Okay, Gru? Thanks.
Okay, Gru. You talking to him?
I'm talking directly to you, Gru.
Are you in conversation with Gru? Damn. I did not know that. Let's start the episode over.
Welcome to Text Me Back podcast. I'm Gru. No, I'm the Pet Boy on the left.
Jesus. She doesn't even remember what's in her own surprise micro segment. Okay, we're going to do tidings now. Allie's going to play the song from her mobile rig. Lindy, would you like to start?
Sure, I'm on a road trip to promote my book.
You said, sure.
I'm on a road trip to promote my book, and the internet will not let me have any fun at all.
Yeah, they're making, in fact, ruining your day and life.
Every day. Yesterday, I had to pull over and cry in Pennsylvania for 2 hours.
Yeah, Allie and I were actually on Dot Watch yesterday, and I was like, did she leave her phone in Bedford, PA? Like, what is going on here?
No.
And then I saw your stories, and I was like, oh no, she's just been sad in Pennsylvania for 2 hours.
Yeah, it became dangerous to drive because I was doing too much scrobbing, which is screaming and sobbing. Because the internet is popping off, which we don't even really need to talk about, but the internet has decided that I'm being held prisoner.
Like Jareth in the Labyrinth style.
Exactly.
Yeah,
the Goblin King.
And you're the baby.
I'm the baby Toby.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm, oh God, I couldn't. Toby kind of wears a Where's Waldo onesie. Do not let me dress up as Toby.
Toby is the pep boy on the right.
That's right.
Mhm.
Sorry, producer Allie's off the hook. You don't have to be the
fine.
round
You're
pep
good.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the internet's being really heinous and like in very like ways that I didn't. It's not that I didn't anticipate them, but
Well, it's like you can mentally prepare all you want. Like, it's not like you didn't know going into this there was going to be a lot of capital D discourse.
Yeah.
So you were mentally prepared, but then when you're actually in the shits, it's different. You know?
When you're actually at the gas station in Pennsylvania and then
At
TMZ,
the combo gas station Wawa.
yeah, and then TMZ calls you 4 times.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
then the Daily Mail emails you.
Mm. Mm.
What do you do?
You know, it's really not something that you want to see.
It's not something you want to see.
Here's because I'm sorry, quick digression on dailymail.co.uk. You know, I've been a lot of places emotionally and spiritually with dailymail.co.uk,
Sure.
and you have too, because we've discussed it.
We've discussed it.
I wrote something for Jezebel, actually, talking about it's one of my great shames on this earth how much I fuck with dailymail.co.uk. And here's the problem. They got the pics.
They've got the pics.
Because other outlets will be like, so-and-so spotted with so-and-so, and they will show you nary a pic. And then you think to yourself, I know who has them. Because they're just reporting the pics that Daily Mail got. So then you got to go over to dailymail.co.uk, and there you can see the pics of the canoodling that you were promised at people.com. Okay.
They're putting in the work and they have no scruples.
Absolutely nary a scruple to be seen. So here's what finally got me clean off dailymail.co.uk. They started doing political coverage. Big mistake. Because all their political coverage is like, woke congressman, parentheses, bitch, wants healthcare for pores? Question mark. And I'm like, no, I got to get off this. And I finally did. I kicked the habit. Okay. Then I hear they're calling my friend Lindy West, and I say, oh, then no, this is a problem.
Yeah.
Because there's not one article I've read on the dailymail.co.uk that improved my life in any way whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, here's what's so funny. So the Daily Mail did not wait to hear back from me.
No. And why would you?
Right. They didn't really care. They didn't need my comment on relationship with whatever. They didn't wait. I didn't look it up. I don't need to know. I'm not interested in what they said or didn't say. I have not even looked to see if TMZ posted anything at all. But Ahame Filet sent me a screen grab of what the Daily Mail posted. And unfortunately, I've never laughed harder in my life. It is so funny. Here's their headline. Woke Seattle writer claims she's no longer devastated by husband's demand for open marriage after she had threesome with him and his girlfriend.
Code.
And then they chose the strangest photo of Roya that I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's not like an ugly photo, but she's sort of like staring into space. Like, I don't really know who took this or where it was posted. And then in like a big red box right above her head, it says in all caps, girlfriend.
They just like stamped girlfriend on her face. Girlfriend.
So that comes out. I'm like, how do I process this? Because it's objectively so funny. And then meanwhile, people on like Substack and TikTok and probably other places are running like horrible takes about me and how I'm an abused woman.
And some of these people have not even read the book.
They're
just kind of going based on what they're reading on Daily Mail.
Correct. Or like my Modern Love interview, they're like, she paused. They're doing like math. They have like red yarn.
Mm-hmm. Pepe Sylvia style.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They are like, she paused for 0.8 seconds. She sounds so uncertain. She's trying to convince herself. I'm like, I have been common law married to Roya for 5 years.
Yeah. Like, this is all new to people reading it, but it's not new to you.
Right.
This has been your life for half a decade now or whatever.
It's settled.
Yeah.
It's fine. But okay. So,
and specifically the book is about a difficult point in that relationship, and people are focusing on that piece of
yes.
it. Yeah.
And I get it. Fine. But to be like, I haven't read the book, as Sam Irby says, show me the receipt. then you can talk about it. They haven't read the book, fine, but I do get it. If you have questions, I get into it in quite a lot of nuance in the book. You probably still won't like it because I can tell that you're determined to not like it.
Yeah.
It's fine, but to say I haven't read it, and then also like one of them, because I'm not looking, but people keep texting me and being like, "Are you okay with this?" And I'm like, "Don't show it to me, girlfriend." But one of them, someone wrote an article for something that was like, sorry, Lindy West, open marriages never work. And I was like, but again, I'm still in mine, and it's 5 years later.
So also people have a weird way of thinking about relationships, like where if you do break up or if you do get divorced, that's considered a failure. But there's many things that happen in a relationship, even if it ends, doesn't make the whole thing a lost cause either. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I totally agree. Like I say that in the book, like if you get divorced after 25 years, sounds like a successful marriage.
Yeah, it sounds like you
did a great job.
You did a big, long thing. We were talking about this before off camera. But I feel like some people are treating this as if you wrote like an advice book or you wrote a self-help book. And I was saying like you wrote your self-help book, but it's not like you wrote this as like a manual for how other people should live their lives or work out their marriage issues or whatever.
Yeah.
But people are like, you're being a bad feminist because you're encouraging, for lack of a better word, people to do what you did. And I can't show you my receipt. I haven't read the book yet.
That's fine. And
also I got a free copy.
I gave you one. That's fine. So you're not allowed to talk about it. Sorry.
So I'm actually gonna, Nix and I are gonna head out. She hasn't read it either. Nix is the dog. Did I mention that?
I don't remember if you said the dog's name.
She's really cute.
She's really cute. I hope she shows up and disrupts the broadcast.
I hope she disrupts to call you a bad feminist.
Yeah. That's what's so weird though. Okay, so there's all these like feminists who are like, Lindy West was my idol and I learned so much from her and she taught me basic feminism and whatever. And now I hate her because she's like carrying water for evil men and she's being brainwashed and exploited and abused. And so I'm helping her by writing this insane, mean thing.
Yeah.
And then, so that's what's happening over there with the like progressive feminists who are like, by the way, I don't think it's more progressive to be like, everyone should stay locked in a monogamous, everyone should stay locked in a monogamous, traditional heterosexual pairing for life. And like, I don't think that's, surely I'm allowed to make different choices for myself.
I'll check.
Anyway, so like, that's what the feminists are saying. Not the feminists, a few people. And then the Daily Mail article, was like, the headline's crazy, but the article is fine because they clearly just had ChatGPT read the transcript of your Modern Love interview
and just regurgitate it.
Yeah, the Daily Mail article is I would argue even the headline is more respectful than what my fans are saying.
The headline is really good. But so has that, I mean, is it souring? Because I feel like you were really excited to hit the road again in the van. Yeah. And the van is such a delight to see. It's parked outside of my house as we speak.
Yeah.
It's got your face on the side of it. It's got a big magnet that says "See America While Crying."
Yep.
I'm sure my neighbors are dazzled.
Did you know
at the sight?
Did you know that women in monogamous marriages never cry?
Yeah, I can.
And their husbands never do anything that they don't like.
That's correct. Yeah. I'm glad somebody told you.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Well,
so
you're kind of dumb.
It's the van's parked outside your house. I said, Meagan, what are the odds that someone breaks into my van? And Meagan said
20 to 30%. Pretty high.
I said, Meagan.
But it didn't. Nobody broke into it. But I'm wondering, like, you were excited to hit the road, and now I just wonder, like, has it soured the whole thing, or are you finding moments to like have a nice time out there?
No. So it's weird because it's like,
and also, is it weird to you that it's like parallel emotions? The reason you did the road trip in the first place is because you were going through something. Obviously it's different now, but like, it's like now you have road trips only associated with being emotionally fragile.
I know. I need to go on one for fun.
Yeah. Like, I just wonder if it's bringing up, like, I don't know, like how it's been to like have this rough time out on the road again, you know?
It really fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. And I think it'll be fine. Like, I think that I will, I think I'm 75% through my mental breakdown.
Yep. I did the math.
Yeah. Megan estimated that I'm 75% done. But it just sucked because like this one was supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
Like the first one was really fun, but there was also a lot going on and turmoil. And this one was supposed to be like, oh, I get to celebrate like this great accomplishment and go meet people who love the book. And
well, it's weird because I feel like that has been the case. Like I've only been to the New York one, right? But everyone there was so excited to see you. Like that night was so fun. Me, you, and Guy, and producer Alan came. It was so fun. And the conversation that you guys had was so good and so smart, and I thought really thoughtful. And the audience, really good vibes. Everyone was really happy to be there, and I think like facilitated a really good conversation. And so it's like the reality of what your book is doing is so different than the discourse about your book,
and I know
just based
that.
On what I've seen.
You know, I know that the discourse. Is never,
she's never fed.
The majority.
She's never full.
She's not, yeah, exactly. And it's never like the prevailing opinion. It's like people trying to get traffic and attention and people who have a big feeling, you know, like, of course, if this triggers something in you and you're projecting your horrible husband onto my life or whatever, it makes you have a big bad feeling. And then you have a Substack. Of course, you're going to go write.
Yeah.
But like you're writing about you. You're not writing about me. And yet, here's why I had to stop in Pennsylvania and cry for 2 hours yesterday. It absolutely pushed me into this place where I was like, I shouldn't have written this.
Yeah.
I made a mistake. I'm harming my family. Because like Ham and Roy have never been through something like this before.
Yeah, the meat machine.
Yeah, I've been through it many, many times.
One would argue you never got to come out of the meat machine.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you're saying,
and so I was like, I could see unspooling in front of me like the dissolution of my family, like both of them leaving me. Like I was like, we'll never recover from this. I've harmed them beyond repair. Like I just was like losing it, and then that's combined with this anger that I let these people, despite I truly haven't looked at it myself at all. I just know it's happening. And then I let them take this experience away from me.
Yeah. And
I'm so mad about that. However, counterpoint, you know what's getting me through it?
What?
My romantasy audiobook that I'm listening to.
What are you listening to? Diana is a romantasy fan.
Okay, I can't remember what it's called because they all have the same title. A dog of paint and marbles.
A dragon's butt and boobs.
Yeah. But I'm like driving along, sobbing, screaming in the car, just being like, I'm so angry and upset. And specifically what pushed me over the edge is that I clicked on a photo of Connor's story on Instagram. And it was like, see what Connor Story's acting school friends had to say about what he was like back in the day. I would love to. Takes me to fucking Threads.
Oh, nope.
First thing that pops up is this woman being like, no, I haven't read Lindy West's book, but that doesn't mean I can't comment. Whatever.
Yes, it does mean that.
And then she goes on to be like, it just it was like exposure therapy for my own PTSD that I have from my husband doing XYZ. Okay, sounds like that's about my book's not about your husband, right? Anyway, it just was like, you haven't read the book. And then her fucking people were responding and they were like, I screenshotted Aham's birthday post for Roya versus his birthday post for Lindy. I think it's very telling. And it's like, okay, well,
who cares?
First of all,
get a job, Linda.
Yeah, first of all, who fucking cares? That's not really how we live our lives. Like, oh, we measure our love in birthday posts. Second of all, this man has written 15 birthday posts for me. Did you look at all of them?
Did you measure?
But like, they picked one where for Roya, he was like, you are a magical being or whatever. I love you. And then for mine, it was like, Lindy is so funny. Everyone should listen to her podcast for her birthday. I was like, first of all, that is what I want for my birthday. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm like sobbing in the car. I'm hyperventilating. I'm going to crash the van. And then on my romantasy audiobook, which also, speaking of exposure therapy, I'm trying to be a person who can listen to
Sexy
sex
stuff, gross.
audiobook. And I'm sobbing. All of a sudden, over my stereo, the main character is getting finger banged by a vampire while riding a horse, secretly under her cloak. Meanwhile, surrounded by by werewolves riding horses that's like they're
werewolves riding horses.
Well, they're in their man form.
Oh,
but then not for long, because then they're attacked by the Bone Clan. Some like creepy cannibals come out of the woods. All the werewolves turn into their werewolf form, and then they have to have a big battle.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the like main character's vampire boyfriend's werewolf pal, best friend. He turns into his werewolf form. His pants were too tight. They rip off.
Oh.
The battle ends. They get back on the horses.
And his dick and balls are out.
His dick and balls are out. She looks over. She sees his whole dick and balls. She's like, ah! And he's like, what? My pants ripped off. What do you think happened to my pants? And then she's like, your pants didn't rip off last time. He was like, I guess those were looser pants. It's clearly foreshadowing that she's going to bang that guy later. But it's okay because he and the vampire are bonded from birth. And so when one of them gets a boner, the other one feels it.
Oh,
and so
my God.
I kind of think maybe that they're going to be in a throuple. And so I don't understand why all these women are mad at me, and yet they're gobbling
and
up.
yet nobody has a problem with this werewolf double boning the vampire and that lady.
Literally.
Oh my God, girl.
They're like, oh, I can't get enough of a wind of storms and castles. No, it's like,
my God.
It's like a lake of dogs and cats. What did you say? A dragon's boobs and butt?
Boobs and butt. Butt and boobs, I believe, was the order.
A dragon's butt and boobs. So do you like
so you're like driving through screaming, crying, and then you're like throuple representation, and then you pulled over.
I didn't really, the throuple representation didn't occur to me till later. It was more the finger banging by a vampire on the back of a horse where I was like, wow, people are really out there
just doing whatever.
Using
their free will, as they say.
And
in the middle of a battle, finger bang.
Well, they were interrupted by the battle.
Oh, well, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then immediately vampire gets shot with 3 arrows.
Dead?
No, because he can heal himself as long as they're not made of bloodstone.
He's finger banging.
So if you know the name of my audiobook, will you let me know?
If you're a vampire in a throuple with a werewolf and a lady, give us a call, 703-829-0003. Well, it makes me sad because I feel like we had such a nice time in New York. I was probably like the finest few days I've had in such a long time.
I know.
We were gallivanting across the town. I know we already told the story of you under the wire making it to O'Mary in your sweatpants, which was truly incredible. But like...
Well, then I did it again.
Yeah.
I made it to my event under the wire because instead of taking a shower, I decided that we should go to the M&M store because I was sad because I had a headache. So I said,
worth it. We spent $200 at the M&M store
each.
I got a blanket, a fleece blanket with the M&M guys on it.
You know what was weird is they gave you the hard sell about the fleece blanket and they didn't to me.
Can we talk about New York a little bit more? Because I know we already talked about it, but in true Text Me Back podcast fashion, we're going to talk about New York for probably 3 weeks in a row. Here's the thing. So now we can say, because we're not staying there, we stayed at the Hard Rock Hotel. Actually, I think we might have mentioned that last week, whenever that episode airs. I don't know. But I know what you're thinking. Oh, the Hard Rock Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Corny.
Yeah.
How dare you say that about my father? The Hard Rock Hotel.
Don't talk about my friend like that.
Talk about him like that. So we stayed at the Hard Rock Hotel for various hilarious reasons. As we mentioned, they claimed that they could accommodate the van. They could not accommodate the van. But this hotel is like 1 block from Times Square, which is one of the worst places on earth. And yet I was laughing every day walking to and fro. And here's the thing. If you're going to New York for like touristy reasons, like, I have kids and I do in fact want to go to the M&M store, or if you're going for Broadway reasons, all of the theaters are walking distance from, you guessed it, the Hard Rock Hotel. That place was hilarious to me.
Yep.
The room was comfortable.
Very comfortable. I slept great there. Bruce Springsteen was watching over all of our activities. Okay, the food was good. And guess what? They got Lionel Messi in the lab making cheeseburgers for this place. So we're sitting there for breakfast and having a grand old time. And they just have like this TV just showing random Hard Rock Hotel promos on the TV. And they kept showing this one over and over. And it was football superstar Lionel Messi concocting a cheeseburger with the chefs of Hard Rock Hotel / cafe. I don't know why it's not a cafe anymore. Hard Rock. The cafe is separate. I saw it.
I see. Okay. Anyway, but did it used to be called Hard Rock Cafe?
Well, yeah. I think before they had hotels, it was only the cafe.
Right.
And then they started to make theaters like
and resorts.
Venues. And that's my guess. I haven't looked it up.
Anyway, this commercial is hilarious. Messi is wearing a chef's shirt and he's walking through the kitchen. Somebody hands him a bunch of green onion, which he examines and is like,
only the finest.
Only the finest green onion
for my sandwich
burger.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
the famous ingredient.
I don't even think makes an appearance on his bespoke cheeseburger. Anyway, it's on the kids' meal too, by the way. So anyway, they make the cheeseburger and they're like, yes, only the freshest tomatoes and chives. Blah. And then they take it out to the kid who has ordered the cheeseburger. They hand the kid the cheeseburger and the kid's like, whoa, this webs. And Messi appears in the window of the kitchen and just sort of goes, like peeks around the window and peeks out to look at the child enjoying the cheeseburger.
Can I ask you to lean all the way over and then come up into frame like Messi?
That's what he did if you're watching visually. Anyway, so then the kid is just enjoying his cheeseburger and then all of a sudden he like gets an inkling.
Yeah.
Like his spider senses are tingling and he like turns around and Messi just goes, wink. And musical notes fly out of Messi's eyeball into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And that's how you know a successful cheeseburger was made that day. And the kid is like, yes. Yeah. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen. I laughed for 48 hours straight at that thing.
And it's kind of just playing on a loop, like on a TV in the bar. And when you first alerted me to it, you described it before I saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah.
And I assumed that what happened is Messi comes into frame. The kid turns and sees Messi and Messi goes,
no,
which would be the natural comedic choice.
Yeah.
But
not
no,
Messi.
Messi goes,
wink. He wants the kid to see him back there.
Right. They're having a sincere moment of cheeseburger approval.
He was like, thank God the child saw me. I would have been so sad if he hadn't noticed me here.
Megan, can I ask an embarrassing question?
Yes. Who's Messi?
Who is Messi? He's he's either soccer or race car driving.
Wow. You got it on the first try.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He is one of the greatest football, as they say, players to ever live.
You don't have to make it like that, Megan.
Not making it like anything. I'm just telling you.
You could just be like, yes, soccer.
He finally won his World Cup. Everyone was it was like the one thing missing from his crown, but he finally won it whenever the last World Cup was, 4 years ago. And he plays sometimes for Miami, which is owned by David Beckham.
Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami.
That's what they said when Messi showed up.
Who did he win the World Cup with?
Now I was afraid you're going to ask me that because I don't remember if he's Argentinian or Chilean, but I'm going to say Argentinian.
Oh,
don't get mad at me. I'm so sorry.
Now who's an idiot who doesn't know about Messi?
Me. I'm positive it's Argentina. I'm not positive. He's from Argentina. Like I said, famously. I didn't equivocate and say or Chile. Allie, cut that out.
Megan, do you think his burger is designed to be a little bit messy?
Womp womp. Womp. Anyways, so I just wanted to give a shout out to Hard Rock Hotel, one of the greatest hotels.
Yeah, we had a great time. The waiter brought me a free piece of cheesecake.
Oh my God, yes, he did. That was so exciting.
Yeah, on my birthday.
They all have on their little name tags, which are shaped like a guitar pick, their favorite band.
Yep.
And so I was constantly examining everyone's guitar pick to see if I've heard of their band.
Yeah, wasn't there a funny one where we were like, that's not your favorite? It was like
Daft Punk. And I was like, come on now.
That's your favorite
That's your favorite band of all of the bands? And then I said, well, who would you have on yours? And you said before I even finished the question, Tenacious D.
And you would have Beyonce?
Of course.
Yeah. Someone had Sade. That was a good one.
Oh, Sade was a really good one.
And someone
By
had...
the way, Nyx has just appeared off camera. She's considering her options. She may interrupt. Nobody paid too much attention to her.
So
she
far,
might get spooked.
She's rudely prioritizing producer Allie.
Wow, outrageous.
You have two bona fide celebrities over here.
Hello, Nyx, goddess of the night. That's fine. Keep us posted.
Times have changed, Megan. Kids now these days only care about producers, not about talent.
She's trying to be an influencer because, as you know, the only way to make money is to monetize your bad opinion or to gamble.
Oh yeah, weren't we going to talk about gambling?
I don't know. We could.
I disagree with it. I don't understand why we treat DraftKings or whatever, all these sports betting websites, any different than people who call up your grandma and say, hey, I'm from the IRS and you're in big trouble.
Yeah, you have to send me 10
Grandma,
grand.
But don't tell anyone.
The real Draft King is the Nigerian prince who runs DraftKings. Like, give me a break. It's the same.
Why is it not stigmatized in the same way as scamming an old person?
The Supreme Court said it was okay. Another failure from our government. Okay, well, now we're going to end the show.
We're going to take a little break and then we're going to end the show, question mark? How long have we been talking?
Oh, just 40, she says.
Oh, I have something else to say about the road.
You want to say that now?
I'll say it after the break.
We're back. Here's what's really crazy about New York. We go to New York, okay, and we go to your event, which, as I've said, was an absolute delight. There's nobody doing it like frickin' Guy Branum. Ugh. My God, what a king. Okay, then he's introducing you. He's doing your whole bio. Blah, blah, blah. She wrote shrill. Whatever. Who cares?
I agree.
Co-host of Text Me Back podcast, he says. Mm-hmm. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Says the audience.
Yep.
So loud. The loudest whoop of the night was for Text Me Back podcast.
They positively erupted.
And I said,
like that werewolf out of his pants.
Exactly. Their dick and balls were all over New York, folks.
A dragon's butt and boobs filled the symphony space Leonard Nimoy Theater.
It was crazy. I just was like, whoa. Weird. Yeah. And it was like really shocking to me. And then you said when you went to Boston, like half the room was Text Me Back acolytes. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Pittsburgh too.
Because in my mind, nobody listens to this. We just send it out over the airwaves.
Yeah.
And one guy listens and he faithfully sends his $12 every month to the patreon.com/textmebackpod.
There's a bunch of them. And you should be more respectful, I think.
I can't believe it. Is all I'm saying. I can't believe my ears. I can't believe what I'm seeing with my eyeballs, which at this point are just DraftKings ads. Okay. It's crazy.
Can I tell you about the day that I had on the road?
Yes.
That was not the day of crying, but a different day.
Mm-hmm.
A day known as Friday.
Continue.
Okay, so I woke up in Boston at 5 a.m. I had an event in Pittsburgh at 7 p.m. Boston to Pittsburgh with no traffic is 9 hours and 23 minutes. Now, do I drive the speed limit in the van? Absolutely not.
Yeah. Too big.
I'm consistently going 10 miles under.
Yeah.
So I knew I needed every single spare moment. I get on the road. I start driving. I'm immediately falling asleep at the wheel.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, well, I have a bed with me in the back. I pull over in, honestly, not a very friendly or safe feeling town in Pennsylvania in the parking lot of sorry, I keep touching your foot.
I love it.
I can't stop wiggling my foot due to mental health. It's all I have. Just wiggling my foot. It's my last tether. I pull over, I crawl in the back, I take a 1 hour nap in the parking lot of the Motel 6.
Cozy.
Oh, also, when I left Boston, I got in the car, I got in the van, I turned it on, then the dashboard lights up red. It says, check tire pressure. What the fuck? It's like, something's wrong. I was like, I can't fucking deal with this today. I have not one moment to spare getting this entire van to Pittsburgh in time for my event. Kelsey McKinney is driving from Philadelphia.
Yeah, noted legend. Kelsey
Noted
McKinney.
legend. So
It's happening. Here comes the dog. Come here, my angel. Oh, Dixie. Come on. You a part of it? Oh, she's here. A new bombshell has entered the villa. Come on. You can do it. Yes. Or just quick pit stop. Yes. Yeah, here you come. Yes, that's my friend. Oh, big stretch. Yes. Oh, big stretch. Yes. This is important podcast stuff. Yes. Big stretch. Come sit down. Come on, come put your little butt here. Perfect. Oh, perfect. You guys. New dog just dropped.
It all happened.
Oh,
just stay here. You're fine. Here. Okay.
So you have to deal with your tire.
So I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
And it showed me the PSI for the 4 tires. And it was like, front tires are fine. 45, or it was like 44, 44. Rear tires, it was like 72, 71. And then it had it was like highlighting the rear driver's side rear tire. Just
she's leaving. No. Oh, but it was so beautiful while it lasted.
Oh,
it was so
cute.
wonderful. Bye, Nix.
She's like, I did not click automotive in my interests. My podcast interests.
Yeah.
Okay,
sorry,
anyway.
babe.
So I'm like, after I take my nap, it's still saying it. And I'm like, so I go over to this gas station and the man, I can't get the air machine. I'm like, I'll just do what you're supposed to do. I'll top up this tire. It's fine. There's no reason to assume that this is an emergency and it has a hole ripped in it or something. So I can't get the air machine to work. The man comes out and he's like, first of all, it was annoying because I put in $3 in quarters, which I only had because sometimes campgrounds have pay to play showers.
Oh,
pay as you go. Klarna shower.
Afterpay bathing. Yes.
So I had gotten a bunch of quarters. So I used so many of my quarters and it did nothing. It was just like error. But it did say, nom, 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 and it ate them right up. So the man comes out. He's like, there's a button. It's free. And I was like, well,
can I have my $3 back?
Right. And then I was like, never mind. It's fine. But I did not see a button. You should put a sign. And he was like, I'll come do it. So he comes out. He finds the secret button, which was, I couldn't even see where it was when it was not, there's no way I would have found this button reasonably. I was like, what tire is that? I was like, it's that one. He checks it. He's like, oh, no. This is very dangerous, very dangerous. And I was like, why? Is it too low? And he was like, no, it is way too high. It's 70, 71. No, it should be 45.
45?
And I was like, oh God. And then, so anyway, then he let a bunch of air out of my back 2 tires because they were both.
This doesn't sound right at all. Look at Diana's distressed.
I was distressed. He was like, you could not drive like this. And I was like, well, I just drove 4,000 miles like this.
So,
And he was like, oh, no. And I was like, well, it's a rental. I mean, the people that own it set it up. And he was like, no. So I was like, okay, I guess I trust you. You're like a car man. So he let all the air out of my tires. I was like, God, I hope that guy's right, because I don't have time to break down. I got to get to Pittsburgh. So then I get back on the road. I'm driving. I'm staring. The notification does not go away at all. And now it's highlighting both back tires.
Correct.
So I'm like, okay. Meanwhile, TMZ is calling. I get a phone call. I look at my phone. It says TMZ as the caller ID.
But I think they sent you a follow-up text, right? It's so funny because the follow-up text is so friendly for the evil that they want to like throw out onto the world. It's like, hey, Lindy, exclamation point. It's TMZ. Just wanted to check in with you about your book. Give us a call. It's like,
it was like, we want to invite you to come be live with us today. And I was like, well, first of all, I can't, because I have to drive to Pittsburgh to see my friend.
Also, this is giving even Satan can quote scripture. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's giving when I was doing the rape joke debacle, and then the Comedy Store kept emailing me and being like, hey, do you want to just come down and like talk to some of our comedians?
Pass.
No, I don't.
No, I do not.
So anyway.
Do you think I'm some sort of geek off the street? Like, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish here, you fucking twerp?
Look, am I handy with the steel? No.
But I can earn my keep, if you know what I mean.
So
can I mount up all day, every day?
Not really.
No, but I spiritually, yes.
I want to. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So then TMZ calls me 3 times from 3 different numbers. Like they think they're going to trick me.
Oh, please.
Then they text me. I ignore the text. Then I open my email.
And they're in there as well.
They're not in there, but the DailyMail is in there.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, what is happening? And so I was like, okay, TMZ must want to talk about Hollywood, because that they're like a sort of a celebrity rag.
And there's like chapters in your book about working on Shrill.
Exactly. Yeah. And I already knew the Daily Mail had already run an article about that, which I also didn't look at, but Aham said that it says that that Lindy West angrily slams Shrill co-stars.
Has anyone ever happily slammed a co-star, I wonder?
Also, I didn't star in it, and I didn't slam anyone. So except for, unless you count myself, I co-starred at failing at being the boss of a TV show.
And I did body slam myself at a chair at a ladder match that Vince McMahon was also present for. Yes.
So I'm driving and like that happened. And then like I get closer to Pittsburgh and there is the most intense windstorm I've ever driven through in my life.
Power went out, they say.
Yeah.
And then you guys had to like do the book reading. You and Kelsey were like doing it by candlelight or like a cell phone flashlight.
Yes.
So cute, it's by the way. So spooky.
It was actually really cute. So I'm like an hour from Pittsburgh. And I just look and I'm trying to figure out where am I going to park the van? Because I just had this freaking problem in New York. And so I had been like, hey, can you guys figure out where I'm supposed to park this van before I get to Pittsburgh? And so they sent me 2 separate sets of parking instructions. And like, I understand. And it ended up not being a problem. I just immediately found street parking. So it wasn't actually a big deal. So I'm not mad. But the parking instructions were basically just like, yeah, just go find parking.
Like, hang on. Because one of them was.
So one of them was just like, here are all the streets near the thing that have parking. Which is like, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to drive around on the streets anyway, but thank you. And it was like, this one has metered parking. This one has permit parking, whatever. What I wanted someone to say is, we put a cone in front of the store.
Yeah.
But I understand maybe you can't do that. It's illegal. I don't know. But then one of the sets of instructions, the other one, was from the owner of the store, who I love, by the way. So this is not a call out. But it was like, if you can't find street parking, there's a parking lot behind the store, but it's owned by a cranky man who will yell at you.
He's old and he's terrifying.
She was like, he will yell at you if he catches you, but he won't tow you.
Okay. I will go with the old man. Yes.
I thought I was going to go with the old man, but then instantly found a spot on the
What's
street.
the name
so
of the
fine.
bookstore so people can check it out if they're
Oh,
in
it's called
Pittsburgh?
White Whale Books.
Mm-hmm.
And they were so nice and cute.
Support your local bookstore.
The act of driving 9.5 hours, it doesn't take 9.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It takes 12 hours
Yeah.
because you have to stop, you have to go to the bathroom, you have to fill up the gas, you have to be attempted murdered by the gas station man who was wrong, by the way, because the next day I went to a tire center.
And they said, what happened here?
And they said, no, rear tires should be 75, front tires should be 45. We'll fill that up for you. Thank you to Mr. Tire outside of Pittsburgh.
Wow, not the Pep Boys betrayal.
Oh, shit. Well, they probably, when I came in, I was like, I bet they were like, why couldn't you just do this yourself?
You're the guy on the left.
You're the
from
Pep Boy on the
Boys,
left.
Are you not? Aren't you a Pep Boy?
I was wondering why they asked for my autograph.
Yeah, it's not because of the book.
Anyway, so I'm like careening down the highway. My clearance to get to this event has shrunk to like 30 minutes, 25 minutes. So I'm careening down the highway. I look at my phone to like just pull up the old man information. And then I see, not even in a message to me, but just like it just comes up on my Instagram that the power is out at the bookstore. And they're like, and then I see she's messaged me and she's like, the power's out, but it's too late to cancel. So if you're up for it, we're just going to do it in the dark. And she was like, I'm at Home Depot buying flashlights. And I was like,
great.
You know what? YOLO. I just drove 12 hours. I'm not going to
we're for sure going to do something.
We're for sure going to do it.
We're going to do something in Pittsburgh.
Anyway, it was so stressful. I was like absolutely crazed by the time I got there. And the other part of the day was that I stress ate like almost an entire bag of robin's egg malt ball.
Oh, gross.
Candies.
I hate, like Whoppers.
They're like Whoppers, but they're shaped like a bird's egg and they have a hard candy coating.
Yeah.
So I had no skin inside my mouth at this point. Just
raw gums.
And I felt sick.
Great.
And I felt on drugs. Like I was
sensational.
And then there's no microphone. Someone had brought in as an emergency measure, like a karaoke mic that had permanent reverb. So it was like, welcome mom to ethical non-monogamy. It was so funny. So, but I was like, I think I can't use this the whole time. That would be crazy. So then also Kelsey and I are just yelling. And I think we pulled it off and it was a successful event.
It looked like it from Instagram.
Everyone seemed to have a good time, but I was just like blitzed.
Yeah.
And then
you were gone off that za parentheses malt balls.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, I'm going to go to like a suburban, Hampton Inn or whatever, where they have a big parking lot. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to try to park in this downtown Pittsburgh. So then I get to this hotel, Marriott Bonvoy, excuse me. And I go in and it's fucking mobbed because of the power outage.
Oh.
First of all, I was like, all of you are weak.
Yeah.
The power is out at my house.
You wouldn't last 1 second in the woods.
That's right. Mm-hmm. But everyone, it's like their children. Of course, I'm being this like crotchety old woman. I'm like, their children couldn't last one night without screens. But like, there's like it's 11 p.m. There's a line to check in. I was like, anyway, it was just a surreal day. And then I fucking went to sleep.
But now here you are in Washington, District of Columbia.
Last thing.
Yes.
I didn't just go to sleep. I passed out fully clothed on the bed with all the lights on for 3 hours. And I never do that.
Yeah, you were. They really took it out of you.
I feel like I've never been so tired and broken down in my life. And I think it's not a coincidence that then the next day.
It's not. Yeah. For those listening audially, Lindy you heard her scream into the microphone, but she was also doing the driving thing.
She was pretending to drive the van.
So. Okay, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to end the show. Goodbye. This was a weird show. It was really weird.
I thought it was good.
But you always think it's good, and I always think it's really bad.
I'm always right.
I don't think that's true. If you listen to this show, will you write in? I don't believe you.
Megan, we've said that like 400 times. They always write in. It's never enough for you.
It's never enough. I'll never be satisfied. I'm much like the discourse. I am never full.
That's true.
By the way, speaking of accolades, we've run out of accolades on Apple Podcasts and the various podcasting platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Producer Allie had an innovation, which is that she pulls one of the comments that's nice. And we only ever really get nice ones. I'm not even just saying that. They're always very nice.
Yeah.
And then she features it in the show notes. By the way, I know what you're thinking. Oh, what are the show notes? Because people sometimes ask us stuff for stuff that's in the show notes. And it made me think maybe people don't look at that. And why would you? It's an episode description. That's what we mean when we say show notes. So when you go to look at the show, there's like a little description that tells you what's happening. That's the show notes, baby. And if you scroll down, links galore, honey. Allie goes through and links to like everything that we talk about. Like if we're talking about articles or like a picture of something stupid, she'll link to all of it in there. So if you listen on Apple, on YouTube, they take the links out, I think. She's putting them back in now. You see, that's called dedication to Text Me Back podcast.
You know what? Also, she does is she'll be like, "Hey, Lindy, can you send me the link for this thing you talked about?"
And then you never do.
And then I never respond. Then I open it up. She's found it anyway.
You're a bad person.
I know.
Yeah. Anyways, so if you're like, oh, what's Megan's letterbox handle, for example, which I've put in the Instagram comments, but Instagram doesn't like links. The show notes love links, and all the linky poos are in the show notes. Oh my God, Nyx is coming back. God, what a thrilling guest star she was today.
Oh my God.
Wasn't she good?
Yes.
So beautiful too.
She's so glossy.
Soft as silk her fur is, I tell you what. It's incredible. You really got to check Nyx out next time you're in Washington, D.C. Oh, that's so nice. Lindy just got a kiss. Do you want to end the show with us?
Yes, you want to end the show? You want to lick my makeup?
Now, if you
have to be on the mic.
If you want to be a fan of, as big of a fan of Text Me Back podcast as Nyx, go to patreon.com/textmebackpod. Tell all your friends, and please leave us a comment wherever you listen so that Allie can start highlighting them in the show notes again, because they're also, I'm dying for more accolades.
Yeah.
I'm thirsty and accolades are my water. So
we should do some math. Like, what are our weekly downloads versus how many accolades do we have? And then figure out how many people are delinquent.
Probably upwards of 5 of you. So
what if we run out of listeners? You can write a new accolade.
Yeah, you can do whatever you
write
want.
more than one accolade.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway,
good use of time.
I hope you enjoyed this weird show. We're going to go.
We're going to
record another show, but it will be a different day. And the way that you'll know that is that we'll be wearing different clothes. So don't think we just recorded 2 episodes in one day. It's impossible. Nobody could ever pull that off. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Mwah.